Okay.
Hey, welcome back. This is Still Whiskey. I'm Devin.
I'm Rich.
I'm Vince.
And today we're reviewing Gate Split Stave by Kelvin.
Stood on my toes.
If you haven't heard of Gate, if you haven't heard of Kelvin, you're going to find out today. Let's go.
Let's
do it.
Kelvin. Let's go.
And we're
So
back.
today we are checking out our very first, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
our very first Gate product. This is the Gate
I got you.
Split Stave by Kelvin, coming in at a whopping 116.1 proof.
Yep.
Barrel finish, barrel proof, it says.
Yeah.
Right there.
So Gate, they do a lot of different finishings, different,
Hello.
different,
Merry Christmas.
kind of, I don't know, not experiments, but just different offerings of things. I think their best that I've heard.
Very creative.
Yeah, the
right?
best that I've heard have been anything with Kelvin. And so Kelvin is
Kelvin.
a cooperage, and so it's one of the, I think, the premier cooperages that a lot of people look to use for either finishing barrels or staves, things like that. So this one, I think, is going to be a split stave, most likely meaning that they're taking staves, putting it into the barrel, and finishing it that way with the
It's
Kelvin
been
cooperage.
very educational. Let's see what we think.
All right, 7-Eleven. What do we got today on the 99-cent aisle? Jeez.
Hey, listen, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Like, comment, let us know what you think of this tomfoolery. We like whiskey.
Hey, Devin,
we like
what does
whiskey.
this mean? Devin, how dare you talk to us about that? Jeez. All right.
We like whiskey, so hit subscribe so you can watch us talk smack about whiskey and each other.
And 7-Eleven. We haven't had a good 7-Eleven
We
story.
haven't had a good 7-Eleven. You should give us. Okay, so today we're doing flavor notes
You can only talk in 7-Eleven.
off our 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
Come on.
only you. We can talk in normal.
Yeah, we can do normal, but you're stuck to 7-Eleven.
I'll do my best.
Oh.
I'll do my best.
So, just for context, when we started the channel, we began to realize that Vince's tasting notes kept coming off of 7-Eleven grocery items, which was awesome.
Listen, taste and smell bring you back to
No, for sure.
No, for
time
sure.
periods.
Yeah.
It's just that yours consistently brought
Yeah.
you back to the.
Well, I didn't have as
I
many.
live close to a
I was
7-Eleven.
gonna say I didn't have as many 7-Eleven experiences. We're not drinking yet. Stop it.
Wow, okay. So, what do you think? Let's see.
Yeah, it smells good. Like a typical, like your typical bourbon notes. You got
Yep.
It's almost
that butterscotch.
toasted finish.
Yeah. It's like that marshmallowy toasted
That's what
that
I'm
you
saying.
normally get.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Smells
Brown
very
But
good.
sugar.
a little less sugary than like a double oaked type
Yeah.
product.
No, I think like almost like
Ooh, this is really well done.
the toffee butterscotchy version.
Yep.
Right, like not as sweet as some of the others.
I agree. I think almost more balanced,
Yeah.
right? Right? And
And
little less, because some of those can be almost sickly sweet,
Yeah.
meaning it's sweet, but it's too much. It's too much.
No, this has a lot of that, the cloves and the leather
Yeah.
also.
And
going on.
Gate's always been at the top tier of like kind of what it offers.
It's also spendy.
Yeah,
It's spendy.
for sure.
This is what, 175, $200?
Yeah. And I
And
mean,
so-
proof isn't bad on it. It's like at 116. And so, but
you
like
know you're getting a good
Gate,
price.
like if you see Gates, like you don't see them under 175.
Right.
Like,
All right, can you taste it now?
yeah, you can taste it.
Thank you.
You're allowed. We'll allow.
Especially the Kelvins. Ooh.
Oh,
The Kelvins,
moly.
usually you're always seeing right around 200 or more. Like, they're always the ones people go up between the ryes, between anything that they bring in.
This is definitely got a cinnamon candy going on.
like a red hot type deal?
Yeah, it's not a red hot for me. It's more like a cinnamon bear.
Okay. Okay. I think for me that like we were talking about the toasted oak kind of comes through. That's the first thing that I went, oh, it's a toasted whiskey type deal.
Yeah, those cinnamon bears, those big ones. Remember those big ones you get at 7-Eleven?
We did do it. We told him he had to. We told him he had to, so.
Yeah.
No, there's cinnamon there for sure, but I also think there's a lot more going on in there. I think
Yeah, but that cinnamon bear is pretty
I think
prevalent.
that there's that kind of leather on the back end. I think that
Yeah, it's definitely a creamy feel. Like it's got a good I know we've used like buttery things like that, but like kind of that buttercream. So it's got a sweetness to it, but it's got the nice creamy feel to it. So.
Yeah.
Good mouth coat, good viscosity to this.
This is a good drink.
116 is a great proof point, by the way.
Yeah, it's like it's not mind blowing. Like
No.
I'm just getting punched by all these flavors.
No.
but just being a good like finished toasted
Well
bourbon.
rounded though.
Yeah, it's
well
really
rounded.
good.
It's not like, oh my gosh, this is overbearing or that's overbearing. It's
Woodford double
really-
oaked at a higher proof.
Oh, interesting.
Not quite as marshmallowy as the Woodford
as-
double.
yeah.
No, but when you're thinking of like a finished bourbon
Sure.
that is like in the toasted barrels at a higher proof, like this just fits.
That's true, but what I will say is I could drink more of this than I could drink of Woodford Double Oaked.
Yeah.
Because I find that if I drink too much of the Woodford Double Oaked, it becomes sickly sweet. Like the
I
marshmallow.
thought you were going to say you get drunk.
Well, hypothetically, that could happen. But what I'm saying is it gets to be overbearing. It becomes
Yeah.
too much. This is
Yeah.
way more balanced in terms of the flavor profile. Yes, it has those marshmallow notes. Yes, it has the graham cracker. Yes, it has the brown sugar. But it's not all that all the time. It's got other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm getting all of those things, right? I'm getting a little bit of chocolate. I'm getting a lot of butterscotch. I'm getting that cream. But the thing that is the most prevalent for me is that cinnamon bear
Cinnamon.
that comes.
Yeah, and I'm not getting,
and I'm not.
Cinnamon's not much for me, but
It's not a bad thing, by the way, but it's that sweet cinnamon bear. Literally, I can see him in the package. You take his head off, like.
Oh, it's a little violent.
Well, that's how you eat the cinnamon bear. You start with his head.
I think it's very good. I think it's really good. I think it's really well rounded, really well balanced.
Yeah.
I love the proof point.
Yeah, I'm into it.
yeah, cinnamon for me isn't really coming through as heavy, but it is good. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's a. I'll say this: like at the price points, 4 Gates have always kind of been like that hard to like. Really, is it worth it?
No, this is really good. This is really, really good.
But there's a lot of like when I think of a bourbon or a whiskey that's like that's pretty pricey. Like I think of like a Whistle Pig.
Yeah.
And
but
this drop kicks.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm going to disagree with you all day long.
But-
Why? Because I think Whistle Pig is often overpriced.
Yes.
This actually is very, very good.
It's hitting its.
And I'm enjoying this whiskey more. Like Whistle Pig, often I'm like, it's fine.
Right.
You know, that's
Exactly.
a very general statement, but you get my point.
Yep.
And so with this one, I'm going, no, this is actually just really great whiskey. If you went over to someone's house and they poured you this and you didn't know what it was, you're not going to be mad.
No.
This is a very good whiskey. What about grades?
Yeah.
I got peppery, by the way, but go ahead.
What's your grade?
My grade on this, I would say B plus. It's a really great. It's a great pour.
Yeah.
It really is. I think this is a great pour.
Yeah, I'm right at B.
Yeah,
It's not the typical fruit forward that I might choose, but it's a really great pour.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's not my typical profile, but it's a really good change. Like I don't just want to always have the same thing, so it's a really good change. But I don't know. I'm right in that middle of a B plus and a B.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give it the most solid B I could.
Positive B.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. B.
Same. Oh, what about on price though for 175, 200 bucks?
That one.
Like again,
Yeah.
you're knocking on the door 200 bucks. So
Yeah, that one gets a little bit more interesting. I think.
it's tough, right?
Yeah.
And here's what's amazing. There are certain distilleries that make this a problem. Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
Jack
Yes.
Daniels, they
Yes,
make
yes,
this
yes.
conversation a problem.
That's true.
I think for me, it's looking at today's prices, looking at today's whiskeys and all that. Like, I'd say probably B minus. Like,
Huh. Okay.
because it'd be more than just one time. I don't think it's a fair deal. Like, because I don't like the price.
You don't think it's a fair deal?
I don't like the price at 200. At 200, like
Okay.
to me, doesn't feel like a fair deal.
Okay.
But taking into account that we're seeing Elijah Craig at 80 to 90 now, we're seeing it like 200 is unfortunately becoming almost the fair deal.
That's so
I know.
obnoxious.
Yeah, so that's why like for me,
Ooh.
I can't go full B, but I'll go B minus because I like what it is. I like the value I got from the experience of it.
Sure.
Right, and so I'd say B minus is where I'd be.
I'm gonna say
I was gonna say C, but here's what I'll add to that. I think, yes, I'd buy this one time. But I'm really eager based on this experience, to try other 4 gates. This is my first ever 4 gate. I really want to try other, like,
sure.
what else is in their offering line, because this has convinced me that they're not messing around. They're not like, oh, we're gonna come off with some novelty whiskey and sell it at $200. They are right in their slipstream of doing good stuff. And I want to try their other offerings.
Correct.
For sure.
So yes, I'd buy one of these, but I'd also really want to try their other whatever.
Makes sense.
At the end of the day,
Still whiskey.
Still whiskey.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think if you've had this. We can't even get this here.
It's true.
But we did get it.
We're living out here in the wasteland, making it happen.
Yep. Hey,
Cheers.
we love you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Bye.